What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and we are Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there.
Waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't want a complication. Complication.
Last year, my sister decided that our family needed a generational portrait. So we took a family portrait, including my parents, their children, their grandchildren. And the final product turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it did. It was nice.
However, there was a little bit of drama behind the scenes. So, the game we're going to talk about today captures the tension behind the scenes of that perfect photo. And that game is Picture Perfect.
Picture Perfect was designed by Anthony Nouveau and published by Arcane Wonders.
Let's go to the table for a brief overview of how this game is played.
Picture Perfect is a deduction style puzzle game for 2 to 4 players where the players are photographers competing to take the best group photo. As part of setup, we would take this deck of 42 preference cards, and after giving them a good shuffle, we would take 3 cards and place them in each of these envelopes that represent the 14 different guests that will be in your photograph. Once that's done, we would take these envelopes and give them a good shuffle, and then we would deal them out to all the players based on player count. So if we're setting up for a 4-player game, each player will randomly get 3 of these envelopes, and then the remainder of the envelopes will be placed in the middle of the play area in reach of all players. Each player is going to get one of these floor mats that are double-sided, so you place it on whichever side you want, and you're going to place it where the arrow is facing towards you. You're going to get one of these tables and place it right there on top of the big square. You're going to get one of these score markers, a VIP card, and then you're going to get one of these player shields and place it in front of your play area. Then each player will receive a set of standees that represent the 14 guests that will be in their photograph, along with a bunch of table decorations that they will place on their table. The standees will just be placed nearby their play area. The last thing we would do is find the exchange cards, the 6 exchange cards based on the number of players. So we're setting up for a 4-player game. And we would give these a random shuffle and then place it in the middle of the play area in reach of all players. Once all the players have finished setting up their play area, the game can begin. You got your table all nice and decorated. You got your background matching your floor plan. You got your standees, your guests waiting to be placed into the photograph. You got your score marker, which will come into play later. You got your VIP card, which you will keep hidden behind your player shield, and I'll explain what happens with that in a little bit. You got your 3 randomly dealt envelopes representing the 3 guests. And then the player who last took a selfie will be chosen as the starting player, and he will get this starting player reference card, and this explains the flow of the game. So as the game will go, all players will look at their portfolios or their envelopes and then start freely rearrange any of your guests onto the board. Then we will reveal the top card of the exchange deck and read it out loud, and then all players will follow the directions of that card. Then we will discard that card and then pass this reference card to the player to the left. And this game is going to last 6 rounds. Remember, there's 6 exchange cards. So let's start. Everybody's going to be doing this simultaneously. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your envelopes one at a time and reveal the contents and find out the preference of that guest. So this guest here, she's over there. she wants to stand next to this guy. She wants to make sure no one sees the face of this bratty little girl, and she wants to stand next to this guy. So let's say I take her, I'm gonna place her here, and she wants to stand next to this guy, so I'm gonna place him here, and she wants to stand next to this guy. So let's place that here, and where's the bratty little girl? Oh, there she is. We're gonna put her back there. So no one, if you see, no one can see her face. So we have met all three of her preferences. So then we would take this, place it back into the envelope. Now these guys aren't permanently stayed, they are not permanently placed there. You can rearrange them as fit once you get more information about the other guests. So when you're looking at the envelopes, you can only look at them one at a time. So once I place these back in, I go to the next person. Let's go to this plant. Let's see what the plant wants to be. I'm surprised that the plant has a preference. All right, so they want to stand away from the table. They want to stand in the middle, and they want to stand next to the dog, which that's asking for trouble. So let's say the middle's here, as you can see, in a way. So we're gonna put the plant right here. So we've met both of these preferences. Let's put the dog over here in the corner. Now that I've done that, I met all those preferences. Like I said, these ain't permanent. I put these back in the envelope. And then I'm gonna check out this guy, see what he wants. Now, once I've checked him out, I say I'm ready. Once all the players are ready, then the starting player will reveal the first exchange card. So let's take a look at these exchange cards. So this first one, Revelations. Reveal the contents of 2 envelopes from the middle of the table to all players. So if you remember, if we dealt 3 envelopes to all the 4 players, so that's 12. So there's 2 envelopes in the middle of the table. So we could reveal those 2 envelopes and everybody would get that information. Rumors. Each player may choose any one envelope in the middle or from another player, look at its contents, and then return it. How do rumors get started? Okay, anyway, choose your partner. Players take turns in clockwise order, beginning with the starting player. The active player takes any 2 envelopes from the middle of the table, and then the active player then returns any 2 of their envelopes back to the middle. Theft. All players simultaneously take 1 envelope from the player on their left. So that's a random thing. So, because it's a theft. You got the dance. I like this one. Each player keeps 1 envelope and places the rest in the middle of the table. Shuffle all the envelopes in the middle and then randomly deal each player back the same number of envelopes that they previously put in the middle. So if I take 2 of my envelopes, place in the middle of the table, I get 2 different. I might get the 2 same ones back. Who knows? The last one, gifts. Each player gives 1 envelope to the player on their right and 1 to the player on their left. Let's say the first exchange card drawn is the gifts. And all the players will follow the directions on this card. So I would give 1 of my envelopes to the player to my right. So I'm going to give him the plant. And he gives me this guy. And I'm going to give him to the player to my left. And I end up with the little girl. Then, after that, we would discard the gifts. And then I will pass this starting player reference card to the player to my left. Then we will go back up to the top and start evaluating our envelopes again. So, of course, I kept her. I've already evaluated her. She is in the perfect spot for the photograph. So, but let's say I decide that she's going to be the one I'm going to place this VIP card in. And the VIP card is this guest will score an additional time for each VIP card. So she can actually get more than 1. So I'll place her down, but let's evaluate these guys. So let's look at him. All right, he wants to be standing next to this guy that's over there. He hasn't been placed yet. He wants to stand in the third row. He's in the third row, but he wants to stand in the front row. So he's not going to be standing in the front row. I think I like him where he is. But if I try to meet this, I'm going to move, let's say I move this plant over here, still meeting all the plant's preferences. Moving a dog, have no idea what the dog's preferences are. And I decide to move him here. So next to means he has to be orthogonally adjacent, you know, not diagonal. So now I've met this one and I've met this one. So I got 2 out of 3. So I think I'm okay with that. So, and like I said, where these guys are placed, it's not permanent. They could move at any time if, you know, decide to move them. So here's the girl. Let's check her out. She wants to stand in the middle. She's in the middle, way back there. She wants to stand away from the table. I got her away from the table. She don't want anyone standing in front of me. Yeah, in front of her, rather. Well, nope, she's not going to meet that one because she's back there making faces. So I got 2 out of 3 for her. Now, I finished evaluating my envelopes. Once all players have evaluated their envelopes, we draw the next exchange cards, and I probably get more information about some of these other people and start placing them. Now, once the last exchange card is drawn and discarded, we have one final shot to do our final photo. So let's say I'm just gonna place these people around the table. I have no idea what their preferences are at the moment, but this is just to give you a good idea. And sometimes you might not place somebody because they're not gonna score you any points. We'll put her here. Let's say I won't place her. Okay, so now once you've done your final photo, they tell you to take your phone and take one last picture. Let's see. Oh, go to camera. There we are. Now take one photo. There we go. And then we can move on to scoring. Once all the players have set up their final photo and then taken the picture, we would take our player shields, lay it down, and fold it inward, revealing our score track, which we will place our score marker on, and reveal how we're scoring the cards. So if you take a look at this, like the preferences, if you have a guest whose preferences you have not met any of their preferences, you will get -3 points. If you met one of their preferences, you get 1 point. 2 of their preferences, you get 3 points. If you meet all 3, you get 6 points. If you didn't place them, you get 0 points. And then there's this, if you, for every 2 decorations on your table, you get 1 point, but that doesn't matter because we didn't use any of the auction cards that are available as a variant. So let me push this back just a little bit so you can see. Then we would go through each of the 14 envelopes and each player will score accordingly. So let's go this guy first. Check him out. He wanted to be in the third row. He's in the third row. He wanted to be on the right side of the table. Got him there. He wanted to be on the left side. Can't be on both sides. So I got 2 out of 3. So that would score me 3 points. And then other players would score. So somebody might get negative, didn't meet anything. Somebody might get all 3. Oh, here go my girl. I didn't even move her. So VIP, I got the VIP in there. So she wants to stand next to this guy. She's next to him. She wants to make sure no one sees the face of the little girl. So you can use your camera, but you can't see her, but you can use your camera phone, the picture on your camera phone to check that out. And she wants to stand next to this guy. So she met all 3, so she would get 6 points, but since I got the VIP card in there, she actually gets 12 points. So that would take her up to take me up to 15. All players will score for that though. So if somebody else has met all her preferences, they will also get 12 points. And remember, if there were more than 1 VIP card in there, so let's say there were 2 VIP cards in that envelope, she will actually score 18 points. Let's go look at the little girl. Little girl. Don't want anyone standing in front of me. Yep, she didn't get that one. Stand away from the table. She got that one. Stand in the middle. She got that one. I get 3 points for her. Let's see. Let's look at the dog real quick. Because remember, I didn't get the information for the dog. Want to stand on the right side? Nope. Want to stand at the table? Nope. Wants to stand next to her? She's way up front. Nope. So that dog will actually score me minus 3 points. And if there was a VIP card in the envelope for the dog, it would double that too. So if I had a VIP, I would get minus 6 points. And that's pretty much how you're scoring the game of Picture Perfect. You're checking to see if you met all the preferences of the guests. And then whoever has the most points, once all envelopes have been checked, will be considered the winner of Picture Perfect. I have to be perfectly honest. When I first heard about this game and found out what the theme of it was, I was like, I gotta play this game. I gotta find out more information about this game. So the theme of this game stands out.
Okay.
So what did you think about the theme of this game?
Okay, I agree with you. I think the theme is unique. I think it's clever and amusing. I mean, it's clever. And this isn't a theme that you see all the time. And it's amusing because there is drama behind.
Yeah, there is a
group
little drama
pictures.
behind group pictures. 'Cause,
Yes.
you know, people be, first of all, you're trying to get everybody together.
So that can be a challenge right
Right.
there.
Who's off? Are you off this day? Can you make it here or whatever?
Yes.
And then once everybody's there, now you got to deal with, the crying baby, or, if the sisters or brothers are beefing, the siblings are beefing or something like that. But what I found interesting about this game is, how does the plant have preferences of where it needs to be in the picture?
I felt the same way. I was like, what? This is a prop.
Yeah, I know.
How
It's
is
a
it
plant.
going to have... Now, I felt the dog.
Yeah, because the dog, people think of the dog as part of the family.
Yes, but that plant having preferences, I like for real.
And the dog might not want to be near somebody because that somebody might have tried to kick the dog some few weeks ago or whatever,
Yeah.
So I get that, but the plant is the plant.
Yeah, that was a
All right.
stretch. That was a stretch.
So, but the theme of this game was really, really fun.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
All right, so what do you think about the components of this game?
I like the components. I like that the players, I just like that they have player shields.
Yeah.
I like that.
So everybody don't know your business or
Yeah,
where you play some people.
And I like that the scenery for each player shield is different.
Yeah.
I love the people, and I like the diagram where you placing the people.
Yeah,
like that.
I know why you like it, because it helps you. I know how you are with your spatial puzzles.
Yeah, okay.
They
Okay, so it's like that.
make it clear of where to place the standees.
Okay, so it's like that. Okay.
I like the components. I did opt to get the acrylic pieces.
Yes, I told y'all he loves to bling out his games.
No, I'm not blinging out the game. Because if I was blinging out the game, I would go to the neighborhood doll store, the doll house store. I will find a real table. Put that on there, find some real the little mini sundaes and all that. I'll put all that on the table. If I was really trying to bling it out, don't let me find a little piece of carpet that they couldn't put. Oh man.
I stand corrected.
Right. I'm not blinging it out yet.
I stand corrected.
Now, I will say the little cubes that you use as score markers, I'm not that crazy about. They just really small. So I might get something, maybe just a bigger cube, or maybe get something that everybody can use as a score marker that fits the game. All right. So, what do you think about the art?
I like the art. I love the scenes on the player shields, the backgrounds.
Yeah.
They're really pretty. They actually look like portraits to me.
Yeah.
But I like the people too. I love the period dress. And I like the diversity of the people. It's a diverse group.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The art of the people didn't blow me away.
Oh, I love the look of the people.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. The little bratty girl that had me cracking up. But anyway, but I really did like the art on the player shields, the backgrounds and stuff.
Yes.
It had that watercolor feel, like
Yes.
you're out, and I love that. You know,
Yeah.
so I would ask you, what do you think about the mechanics? But I'm not even sure about the mechanics. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I know it's some auction, but we didn't play with the auction cards. So, what do you think about the gameplay?
I like the gameplay. I think that it's simple. It's an easy game to play. It's an easy game to learn. And there is like some thinking there, like you do have to maximize your points, and you're gonna have some competing preferences, but it's not, to me, overwhelmingly
No, it's not. It's not overwhelming.
strategic
Yeah.
or hard to do. So I like the gameplay, and I think the gameplay really lends itself to the theme.
Yeah. Now we played this at 2-player.
Yes.
Okay. Now I did play it at 6-player at Origins when I demoed it.
Okay.
Now when I first got it from Gen Con, when my friend brought it back, I told him to get me the acrylic pieces. He asked me if I wanted the third set because they're coming out with an expansion. I was like, no, I don't see myself playing this at 5 or 6 players. After playing it at Origins, I bought the acrylic pieces for 5 to 6 players. I mean, I think this game will be a lot more fun at 5 or 6 players.
I definitely think it would be more fun at 3 or 4, and maybe 5 or 6. But yes, it was okay with 2. But I think this is a game that needs more players for you to really enjoy the fun
Yeah,
of
to
it.
really appreciate it.
Yes,
Because you like you said, you have limited information, and you're doing what you can with these exchange cards to try to gain more information. Then you're trying to remember, well, wait a minute, did she want to be next to her? Or no, I don't know. They got beef, so which brings up the drama of a group photo. So I really enjoyed the gameplay of this game.
Yes.
All right, so I mean, we pretty much already spoke on the teach. It's easy to teach, easy to learn, easy to enjoy.
Easy to enjoy. In fact, I actually think this is a gateway game. This is a game that you can use to bring people into the hobby. It's a relatable theme, and it's easy enough that anyone can play it. This is a family weight game.
Yeah, it is. It is. This is just a really fun game. If it's family way, if you leave all the auction and bidding out.
Yes.
You know, so it's not hard at all.
No, it's not.
All right, so picture perfect overall. What did you think?
I enjoyed this game.
I did too. I
Yes.
really did like this game.
It's a fun game. It's an easy game. So it's a keeper.
Okay. All right. Now I might bling it out. I might still. I'm leaning towards it. I don't know. Don't let me come across a table the same size. But anyway, if you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And like I said, picture perfect. We both enjoy it. I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia,
We are Blackboard Gaming.
and we will see you next time.